She's bringing the truth into the fight, shining a light where the shadows creep, for the lost, the stolen, the ones who will weep. She won't turn away, she won't back down, even when the loony clowns come round. Threats don't shake her, lies don't win. She stands for justice, right till the end. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Some chase views, but she fights for those with nothing to lose. For the kids who vanish without a trace, she won't stop till she cracks the case. They try to silence, they try to scare, but truth don't break and she's still there, calling out monsters, showing their game. Justice comes when you speak their name. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Kids stand strong, she makes the choice. For victims gone, for those in need, she's fighting hard, she won't concede. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook streams, she'll fight for you. At the end of the day, this is all we have to say. Viper will always have her back, he will take you right in the sack.
My beautiful peoples. I know it's very early, but I got up very early. Hold on a minute here. Oh, I'm looking for my playlist. That's going on. All right, we're going to talk about the women on death row in Arizona. Let me get their faces up there for you guys. I know it's on the thumbnail, but all right. Wait for it to come up. All right. This is Wendy, Shauna Ford, Samantha Allen. Oh, it's Wendy's last name. Andrea. I know. I don't know. Andrea. Oh, okay. I'm just going to hush. All right. So this is the only women on death row in Arizona. So we're getting there, people. Good morning, Charlotte. How you doing, beautiful? I know it's early, but I'm up early, so might as well, put up some information, continue on the death row, women in death row. Okay, let me take these cases, I'm telling you. So I'm going to be, like normal, extremely careful, okay, on how I present things because YouTube ain't liking it. And I think it's silly. Okay, this here is little Amy Dill. Okay, this is a horrible case. The her cousin, her grandma, and her auntie, and her cousin's husband stuffed her in a box because she stole the popsicle. But there's way more into the case. Oh, God, I want to get into it, but God, I want to focus on these women. However, and her dad was involved, and allegedly that he really wasn't the dad, but they wouldn't. The biological mom would try to get her daughter, and they would not give her to her. So I don't understand why people do that. So this is Amy Deal. Let's talk about Sarah Allen here. Let's look at Sarah Allen again. No, we're going to look at some videos real quick. We'll do that. Give me a minute. I'm going to figure out which one. I got them queued up. Okay, let's see. Women. Okay. It's 3 a.m. for me up at the barn. Oh, are you? Wow, we're 2 hour difference. I know, and she's sweet little girl. What's going on here, people? All right, so let's see. She was sentenced to death. Investigating the jurors. Okay. Let's listen to this.
Morning. Thank you all for being here. It has been 6 years since I investigated the murder of Amy Deal and many other innocent children who influenced the 2011 Child Safety Task Force you just got a refresher on.
What's going on here?
Just recently, Amy's last 2 tormentors were sentenced to death, while the 3 other abusers continue to rot in prison for a long time. Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. It has been my promise to not allow children to die in vain. My commitment to their memories is to be transparent and to continuously improve systems and to never forget about them or their intense suffering. The unfortunate reality of our world is that children will die at the hands of abusers. Some will succumb to a very acute cause, a catastrophic one-time event. Others, like Amy, will suffer chronic maltreatment, what I call contempt of child, and unimaginable cruelty. And these bring us the most consternation. You know, there's a reason people jumped from the Twin Towers on 9/11. And there's a reason we all inwardly pray for a quick and painless exit when our time comes. The idea of death is painful enough without the suffering and hopelessness of a prolonged engagement. And Amy wasn't so fortunate. Amy Deal was destroyed over a 7-year period between 3 different states, and none of us here knew.
Did you hear that? For 7 years. She was 10. And she was unalived. So ever since she was 3 years old, this little girl suffered.
About it. She was abused and condemned to live in a dog crate in Midland, Texas.
Oh my
And when
God.
authorities caught on, they moved. And she was beaten, neglected, and humiliated in Ogden, Utah. She attended kindergarten with head lice smelling of feces and urine, with cockroaches crawling out of her clothing and out of her backpack. She could not see very well, so some kind teachers pooled their money and bought her a pair of glasses. And
Okay.
after one afternoon,
What is wrong with the school? Why wasn't child protection involved? Why did child protection do anything? What is up with the schools? Not seeing this.
of clear sight, her tormentors confiscated them and broke them.
Wow.
And when authorities became more assertive in Ogden, Utah, they moved here. And in Phoenix, Amy was not allowed to eat or play or learn like the other children in her home. She was refused a bed, and she slept on the pan of a shower stall floor, only to be often ripped by her hair up and beaten and cursed and showered with freezing cold water in the middle of the nights. She was forced to eat dog poop she missed from cleaning in the yard. And she was petrified of the pool, seemingly due to the forced submersions and near drowning she endured. And her most frequent form of torture was to be crammed into a box measuring 31 inches wide by 14 inches wide by 31 inches long by 14 inches wide by 12 inches deep. She was 10 years old. And if that wasn't enough, she was put into that box and thrown into the swimming pool many times to float around until starting to sink. And she was then pulled out. And she finally succumbed on a warm July night when her abusers padlocked her into that box and retired for the night. And Amy's knees, her fingernails, and the plastic inside that box tell the story of Amy's struggle to free herself. And clearly she was unsuccessful. So, as the homicide detective that investigated Amy's life and death, I was faced with this immensely sad revelation that the best moment of Amy Deal's life was the moment of her death. So I tell this story now because the case is finally over, and I've spent many hours over the years wondering where Amy went during her intense suffering. And what was she thinking? And was God with her? Did she detach and enter some imaginary realm within her mind to escape, or was it all just sheer terror and pain? So I'm incredibly honored to remember Amy and to have suffered secondarily from her sad life. Because without shared suffering, the will to fight for the weak and vulnerable grows pale. So in 2011, Amy's suffering was shared by this entire community. And in fact, many murdered children's voices were heard and reforms were launched. And I was given the privilege of a lifetime and an opportunity to save the lives and change the lives of thousands of vulnerable children in Arizona.
And it's still happening. Let me show you the pictures. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I want to show you pictures of the whole family. Hold on. Okay, there's her dad. I'm getting there, people. Hold on. All right. Here are the other people that were charged. Okay, this here is her aunt. This here is her grandma. This is her, okay, Samantha that I'm talking about. This is her husband. Here's her dad. Her alleged dad. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to that.
And we certainly, as Mr. Montgomery said, are not claiming victory, but improvements have been made. So just to talk about a couple of those, Mr. Montgomery referenced the child abuse hotline. When the task force was going on, it was common to hear that it took potentially hours to have your phone call answered at the child abuse hotline, which is the point of entry to report abuse or neglect. Today, it takes on average less than 28 seconds to answer the phone at the child abuse hotline and greet the caller. Years ago, over a third of callers hung up before reporting abuse. And today that number is about 2% of callers hang up before reporting abuse. And frankly, some people, we want to hang up in the beginning of a call because sometimes they're either calling the wrong place or they realize that the report is potentially not well planned. Our response time back then was about 55% compliant to go out and see children that were alleged to be victims. Today, that holds at about 92%, month over month over month for a very long time now. The joint investigations that are required for law enforcement and DCS to work together in criminal conduct investigations were only 54% compliant when we all began. Today, with the Office of Child Welfare Investigations, that number is over 95%, meaning police and child welfare authorities work together in investigations of children when felonies are involved. We heard about the NIs and the incredible volume and the capacity problems of the years gone by. And we know that we had a backlog of 16,200 backlogged investigations in Arizona. And today that number is 280. With that, caseloads for...
Hear that? Backlogged, 280. And that was 7 years ago. This is 7 years ago.
DCS investigator were about 150 to every one person. People could not be successful with that kind of caseload. And children were not safe when government employees had that kind of caseload. Today, that number is in the teens, most places between 12 and 15. And the bunker culture that existed when DCYF was within DES is gone. We don't play hide the ball. We have a very transparent, open culture of learning in a standalone, obviously. And we had the fastest growing foster care population in the United States of America. In 10 years, Arizona's system grew 92%. We were ranked 50th worst state in the union.
Wow.
Just recently, we were ranked #1.
Did you hear that? The worst state. Yeah, they do. Such a sad case. I want to show you guys something else here. Let's go here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, why did I do that? All right. Look at this.
It has been called one of the most tragic child abuse cases in our state's history. And today is now the second day in the murder trial of a Valley woman.
Container allegedly used to kill the 10-year-old girl. Prosecutors say back in 2011, Samantha Allen padlocked her 10-year-old cousin, Amy Deal, in this storage box as punishment for eating a popsicle. Then they say Allen and her husband fell asleep without letting Amy out. Amy suffocated and was found dead the next morning.
When the lid shut and latched, other than those holes, a very limited amount.
Oh, God.
That's where the hinges are at, although even that's quite closed.
Look at how small that box is. Oh, that had to be horrible. These people are sick.
It would create a very semi-airtight
Oh, my
container.
God.
Allen, who turns 29 tomorrow, is facing the death penalty if found guilty. She maintains her innocence and originally claimed Amy died after tucking herself in the box in a game of hide and seek, as documented in these police audio recordings.
Amy has a tendency to just go to sleep whenever she's hiding. She's done it several times.
How did you know that Amy was involved in box?
That's right, I found it.
3 other family members have already been convicted for abusing
Oh,
Amy
God.
and sentenced to prison. Next, Samantha Allen's husband, John Allen, will be tried in August. He, too, is facing a murder.
Yeah, he got the death penalty, too. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. Yeah, okay. We spent her final hours. Okay.
Right now at 5, the woman who killed her 10-year-old cousin by locking her in a plastic box and leaving her to die in the heat has been sentenced to death.
The jury handing down.
Having considered all of the facts and circumstances, unanimously find that the defendant should be sentenced to death.
As her sentence was read, Samantha Allen kept her head down and appeared to shake, possibly crying. Tears, the jury says they saw too little too late.
Lack of remorse was the biggest thing that played into it for us, that we didn't see that from Samantha throughout the whole process.
Throughout the trial, the jury says seeing evidence photos of the victim, 10-year-old Amy Deal, were the hardest.
The years of abuse that she suffered, and that it was probably happenstance that this result didn't occur before it did.
After 5 days spent deliberating, the jury decided Allen should be sentenced to death for her role in the child murder.
It definitely wasn't easy, that's for sure.
They say they kept open minds, but when looking for reasons not to choose the death penalty, they say they had a hard time coming up with any.
Nobody knew this was happening to Amy until she died. And I feel that there is possibly a lot more children out there that are not having a good home life that we don't know about. And that's one of the biggest things that I took away from this.
Allen will immediately be taken to the Perryville.
Oh gosh, that's where Jodi Arias is. All right. Okay, what does this say? All right, this is from the Arizona Supreme Court. Samantha, what did she do? Okay, in July 2011, she lived with her husband, children, and extended family. Let's see. Amy was her 10-year-old cousin, one of several children living in the home. Oh. All right. Oh, God, I need to see myself. She would be in the Foot Locker anywhere from minutes to hours. She stole a popsicle, so it was a form of punishment. She would have to do back bends, jumping jacks, wall stands for several hours. Okay, and then they would get the Foot Locker from the backyard, put her in that. She started doing homeschool. Oh, God. Her charges were felony murder, conspiracy to commit child abuse, 3 counts of child abuse. Okay, she doesn't deserve anything. So there's that, Samantha. And I wish I could play this. Hi, schools knew not to choose to do anything. Yeah, which is funny. Then they started homeschooling her. See, hold on. I got to make sure my name is showing. Dang it. Hold on. Oh, boy. Okay, I don't think my name's showing here. I don't want people to start stalking me. It's scary as a content creator. All right. Here we go. Those 3 women that we're talking about. Okay, if you have Prime Video, there's a thing called USA Women on Death Row, and they are interviewed on this. So if you got Prime, there you go. I would watch it, but I think they would take down my video immediately. Hey, Rose. Good morning. We are doing, I'm continuing the Women on Death Row in the United States. Now we were on Arizona. The other ones was Alabama, because there's 51 of them. And I can't do all 51. Okay, now. This lady here is interesting. Okay, these are the victims of Shauna Ford. A father and daughter. I think she's 9. I think his name is Jose. We'll get to it. And Shauna Ford is the one in the middle. And I kind of remember who she was. Here, let's look at a video real quick. Oh, no, we can't. What did I do? Okay, this is on Vice. Here she is here. We'll watch this. She, that man was border.
We are now joined by.
He was border control. Okay. Do we have it? Yep, we have it queued up.
Yakima Valley residents and a number of invited guests who will share with us their insights on the immigration issue. Joining us up front here tonight, Shauna Ford, a member of the Minutemen and a representative of the Federation of American Immigration Reform, a national group concerned about border security. What do we need to do to fix it?
It's pretty easy. Title 8, Law 1324 states that if you hire somebody who's illegal, it's a crime. So what makes this nation a wonderful nation and one of the greatest nations on earth is we are a nation of laws. And I agree that there needs to be some reform, but at what cost? And why is it that we have to keep flipping the bill as a middle-class America? And the degradation to our society and our sovereignty is incredible. It's not fair. It's wrong. And I would encourage every single person to get educated on how much we're spending in this state, which is upward to $500 million in illegal immigration. And they come here and they continue to come here. And it's not just Hispanics, it's all races. We need to have border security. It's essential. Most people forget about 9/11, but can any of you tell me out of the 100,000 illegal immigrants, which one of them were a terrorist? Anybody?
Okay.
And I told him, you've got everything going for you. You've got...
Isn't that interesting? Because that's still going on today. But what she did was not right, taking lives. Okay, we're going to go to her. Where is she? Why won't it let me do this, people? Let's see, did it work? StreamYard is being weird. It's not me. All right. Let's look at this. No. Trying to figure out where to put me. Here we go. Just put me there. Yeah, these are women on death row in Arizona. Okay, I'm just going to sum this up. Oh, God. Sorry, I have... Okay, oh, sorry. Oh. She was a proclaimed leader of the private Minutemen Border Patrol group, Monitoring. She funded the operation. She planned to steal from a house where Ralph Flores lived. He was a chemical dealer. Okay, 2009. Ford met with Minutemen members in Colorado for her plan. She sought help and assistance from dealers Albert and Owen, who had been plotting to unalive him as a revival in the drug trade. A few days before the murder, Ford and Jason, her number 2 guy in the Minutemen group, met with Albert and Oakstar and discussed killing Flores and stealing his money. So the morning of the 29th, Oakstar and Bush slowly drove past the home. Flores' wife Gina and the 9-year-old daughter were in the front yard. Albert asked later Oakstar to go with him to take care of Flores, and Oakstar declined because he was drunk. Let me check my chat. Yeah, there is too many. Hey, Melissa Jade, how you doing? Beautiful. Thank you for being here. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna have to get to you about it, but I hope you're good. I'm doing the women on death row. We did Alabama. Now I'm on Arizona. Okay, so this is what happened. Hold on, let me see. Flores asked what the occurring And Bush said, don't take it personal, but the bullet has her name on it. Flores jumped and wrestled with Bush. Bush shot him. Then he shot Gina. She fell to the floor, pretended to be dead. And then he shot Flores several more times. Let's see. So the little girl was shot 2 times. So there's a lot of people involved in this. Just look up, okay, I'll play a little bit of Vice, the Minutemen meeting, because she ran that. So sick. And that's funny because back then, they still, they had illegals at the border. That's crazy. Okay, we'll play a tiny bit of Vice. This is before, let's see. I think this is her in the car. There she is. Hold on.
So I wanted to understand her side of the story.
If you know a little bit about my history, you know that I was basically an orphan and didn't have anything in common ground with normal people and families. And so the one thing I always had in common with people was being an American.
Shauna was born in Everett, Washington. She spent most of her childhood in foster care.
Oh, who cares?
Weekends off, and in the evening I'll watch my favorite TV show and I'll go to bed by 10 p.m. I mean, I'll never live that way. I'd rather die. Put a bullet in my head, because forget it. To me, that would be death to me too.
Then in 2006, she found a new calling.
I'm James Gilchrist. I founded the Minutemen with 2 specific goals in mind: to bring national awareness to the illegal alien invasion crisis. Secondly, to prove up that physical presence on our borders would effectively seal those borders from.
So there you go. There you go, people. So if you want to watch it. No, that's about Shauna. And she's something else. She was just on the news the other day, by the way. I can't remember why, for the life of me. Okay, let's go to the next one. And I can't find much on her, but she's been on Snapped, you know, the ID channel. And of course, I can't play that. But what she did is her husband had cancer. And she unalived him. All right, here we go. 2007. This is Wendy. Oh, let me show you Wendy. I'm sorry. Wendy is the first lady. All right. Let's see. Her husband, Joe, was terminally ill. They had 2 small children. They attended a barbecue, and this was March 7th or October 7th, 2000. They returned to their apartment around midnight. She put the kids to bed. 2:15, Wendy called Chris, a co-worker who lived at the apartment complex, and asked her to watch the children while she took Joe to the doctor. When Chris arrived, Wendy met her outside the apartment. She said, "I have a problem. Don't ask questions. My husband's on the floor, and I haven't called 911. He doesn't know I haven't called 911. Chris urged her to make a call. Upon entering, Chris found Joe laying on the living room floor in fetal position. He had vomited, appeared weak, and had difficulty breathing. Well, she must have poisoned him. Wendy was in the other room calling 911. Joe and Chris Joe told Chris that he needed help and had for a long time. He asked why it has taken 45 minutes for paramedics to arrive. Okay, Wendy returned to the room and told her she needed to get Joe to the car so she could drive him to the hospital because paramedics weren't responding to another car. What? No, they weren't. Whatever. Joe said he couldn't get up. Wendy tried to lift him. She became irritated and yelled at him. Hearing sirens approaching, Chris went out to direct the paramedics, and Joe began vomiting again. Okay, the paramedics got there. And Wendy came out of the apartment screaming, telling them to go away. She slammed the door. 4 paramedics knocked on the door with Chris. No one would answer. After 5 minutes, the Phoenix Fire Department alarm room called the Wendy's home in an attempt to get her to open the door. The alarm was notified, and the paramedics that had made contact with someone in the apartment who would not come out to speak with them. Let's see, what else did she do? She changed her, she went out through the back door, climbed over the back patio, and walked over to the apartment building in front of the door. She changed her shirt. Her hair was wet. She told the paramedics that Joe was dying of cancer and had do not resuscitate order. She explained that this was not the way he wanted to go. He was wearing, a bloody shirt. They found him in a pool of blood. He had deep jabs to the left side of his neck. Head. Oh boy. Wow. How long was she in there alone with him? What time did this start? Why have I missed it? 2:15 a.m. And they finally get in there at 3:39. Oh, geez, she's sick. There's a broken bar stool. There's pieces of a lamp, a kitchen utensil. Okay. What did she do? You guys, I can't read all this. You want to know why? Because YouTube won't like it. So here is this docket here, you guys. This is crazy. And people are fighting for these type of people? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Look at this. I can't read this. I mean, the man was dying of cancer. Oh, jeez. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I would read that, but YouTube is not liking me covering these cases. And this is what she looks like now. All right. Okay, this is what she looks like now. And this just goes into it. Oh, look at her little girl. The trial was 17 weeks long, which I tried to find. Oh, boo-hoo. So sad. Yeah, I tried to find the trial and nobody, I figured Law Crime would have it. They didn't. So if you want to read that, go ahead. Oh, Charlotte. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. It's so weird that I get those. It really is. It's so nice though. Okay, let's see. What else do we want to see here? Here, you guys can look with me. What else did I queue up here? Let's see. Anything else? Here, let me find some. What is it called here? Minuteman. Minuteman. Okay. It's not there. Oh, thank you very much. I'd like Melissa J too. She's a very, very good creator. She's very good at what she does. And I like her personality. Okay, I want to find out more about her. Hold on. What is this? Okay, let's watch one more of her. She's also on A&E. Ooh, guys, should I chance it to watch A&E? No, I can't. Gosh, that bumps me out. I could if we were in StreamYard. Okay, here's Shauna again. There she is at the border. Well, I thought it was an interview.
We happen to be one of those. Alley Pack endorser, San Diego Minutemen, Minuteman Civil Defense, the Border Auxiliary, Campo Minuteman, Minuteman Project, Texas Minutemen, all of them. And if you endorse somebody that you didn't really know to let's say demonstrate against Sheriff Arpaio, and they did something criminal, should I accuse you and say you're guilty for that? It's all your fault.
I have a better
and that's
question.
the problem.
But
And-
can you say that Shauna Ford was wrong? I mean, would you? Because before what did he say when we asked her about
I have you on a video,
Right,
like backing her up big time.
Can I get your statement?
Yeah.
Yeah, I defended her because not to not defend her against people like Lee.
Excuse me, hold on a minute. So what I'm taking here, these two are supporters, I think, or maybe not. What do their buttons have? That looks like a guy. Let me turn on this. Hold on a minute.
Not to not defend her against people like William Dean from Alley Pack and Jeff Schwartz from San Diego Minutemen would have been allowing these people to hang innocent people. And that's not what the Minuteman Project is about. It's not what law enforcement is about. It's not what our Constitution, our founding fathers are about. It's about.
Okay, these people are supporting her.
The people who get hung are the guilty ones. You don't go around randomly hanging innocent people. And anybody who does, is a criminal, him or herself.
But serious question: do you feel responsible what Shauna Ford did? Do you feel any kind of remorse or any?
You always feel remorse if somebody does something that they shouldn't do when they operate outside the rule of law. Yeah. But Shauna Ford would have done that at any opportunity that she had. It happened to be that incident in Arivica, Arizona. It happened to be her getting mixed up with the wrong person, somebody who had murdered her.
Okay. They're not holding her responsible. Okay. She was the shot caller. Who knows how many other lives they have taken? But they've taken life of a little girl. And those kind of crimes, you're going to get the DP. Okay.
Okay, why is Jim Gilchrist? You are responsible, somewhat for
Shauna Ford. And
Shauna Ford's killing Brisena Flores and the Flores family. Why? Because you encouraged her.
And started the whole movement.
Yeah, you started the Minuteman movement. You encouraged her, and you gave her support, verbal support. When many people were attacking her, you were the only one that stood up for her.
Okay, here's another supporter.
So you are responsible somehow. You never really denounced her. Show your face on camera and denounce her. And stop being racist, because the Minuteman is a racist project.
Exactly.
Wow. Ain't that something? Ain't that crazy? So I'm going to continue with the women. Now, let me tell you something. You guys remember, right? Texas, Alabama, and California have the most. And the next for California, let me count. Hold on a minute. Oh, Jesus. There's over 20 on death row right now. So that's going to be a longer one. I don't think California will ever change. They'll always have capital. Capital. Oh, gosh. So I've been telling people, okay, there's a show I want to watch, a movie. It's a true story, and it's called Firing Squad. But I can't do it on Patreon. I can't do it on Facebook. I can't do it here because they will take my video down. But I can do it in StreamYard without going live or on Rumble. Yes, they do. I think, well, the case, all of them are sad. They're all sick. But that little girl was in that tiny little box. Then they said she wouldn't get in there. Yeah, with the padlock. Come on now. I wanted to know about the mom. But the only thing I found out about the mom is they would hide that little girl from her and take her. And not let her see her. I hate it when you just wake up and you can't go back to sleep. I woke up at 3:30. So anyways, there's another thing I want to do, and I'm going to have to look. I want to go through people that have been executed and talk about their last meal requests. if they said any last words. I think that'll be interesting. That'll be fun to look for. Okay, I think I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here, Charlotte. And thank you, Rose. Thank you, Melissa Jade. Who else was here? People in the bushes, people who watch the replay. And let's see. I don't know what to focus on today. There'll be something. I'll think of something. Oh, I think I have a couple things. But YouTube don't like what I do. Okay, I'll figure it out. And thank you so much, Charlotte. I appreciate you. Okay, goodbye, my peoples. We'll end it with this.
Late at night or broad daylight, she's bringing the truth into the fight. Shining a light where the shadows creep, for the lost, the stolen, the ones who will weep. She won't turn away, she won't back down, even when the loony clowns come round. Threats don't shake her, lies don't win. She stands for justice right till the end. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids through crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Some chase views, but she fights for those with nothing to lose. For the kids who vanish without a trace, she won't stop till she cracks the case. They try to silence, they try to scare, but truth don't break and she's still there, calling out monsters, showing their game. Justice comes when you speak their name. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Need a voice, kids stand strong. She makes the choice for victims gone, for those in need. She's fighting hard, she won't concede. Want the truth,